Whoa, greetings, grasshoppers. I think I pushed the button a little too early there. Greetings, welcome, and good morning. You have reached the bot signal. Please do not leave a message, or, if you want to leave comments, that's fine. But today we're going to talk about FAQs. FAQs, customer service, and how bots can help you out with that. So, without further ado, my name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their engagement because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole online, can't get online traction to save their lives, and many, many people feel like just a carbon copy of everybody else. So, I create epic engagement experiences that motivate people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I am on a mission to get 1 million people to change their marketing. Today, we're going to start with you. So, my friends, FAQs. How can bots help with this? Now, I'll tell you about the traditional situation here. Traditional situation is that people try to either predict or they take the questions that people actually do frequently ask and they put them in question and answer format on their website. Which, man, 10 years ago, that was so great. Back when people read websites, woo, that was amazing stuff, right? Huge step forward in technology. However, boop, it's 2020. And not necessarily all that awesome you can totally put an FAQ on your website. Some people might read it, but most people won't. Most people are going to scan your front page. I did not say read, I said scan. They are going to scan. Most people come to your website with a question. They're going to pop onto that thing. They're going to scan your website to either answer that question or just see if they're in the right place. Okay? That's what people do. A lot of people put a lot of work into those websites, and I get it. Because some people will actually bounce around to the pages and read a little bit about you and then act. But most people, I'm talking 90%, won't. They won't. Unless they were sent there by another person or they're particularly interested in you. Most people happening upon your front page, your homepage of your website, are going to bounce onto that thing and bounce off pretty quickly. If it's just an FAQ, they might not even ever see it. And they have a question. They're coming with a question. Either that question is, can that person help me? Can this product help me? They come, they're having pain. They come there usually with a question. So how do we, as engagement marketers, how do we deal with that question in a way that is not, that is engaging? That helps them get to the answer of their question the fastest way humanly possible. Here's the thing. Most people don't really think about this. Most people think about chatbots as engagement experiences, which they absolutely are, and this is no exception. But this is a bot you can put on your website. You don't even necessarily, although it helps, have to have an avatar with this one. Because this one is aimed at one thing: get their questions answered as fast as you possibly can. This is great for websites. I have one on my own, although my website's going to be moving here pretty quickly. This is something that I hope that no business owner goes without. It's just that little guy that pops up in the corner, boop. Hey, if you got any questions, I am right here to help. That's all you need to do. You don't have to get in people's faces. You don't have to make the box move. You don't have to do anything like that. It's like when you open the door at a store and the salesperson acknowledges you, says, "Hey, I'm available," and then kind of goes back to work. That's a kind interaction. That is an interaction that allows people to look around if they want. It allows people to ask questions if they want. What did we just embed in there? A choice. Note for all those who were at my event last week, allowing people choices is a very good thing to do. Anyway, so when people do ask questions, sometimes what people will do, some of the bigger companies, sometimes I want to warn against something that I've seen that's kind of alienating, and that is this, my friends. When you type in a question and then people say, well, these 5 articles will answer you. I don't care. I don't want to sift through a bunch of marketing language. I want an answer to my question. That's like somebody coming up to you and saying, hey, what are all, if you're in a furniture store, hey, what are all the colors that I could upholster this with? And somebody just, instead of talking to you, hands you a book. Here, sift through this. Here, figure out what you're looking at and if that's even the right question. You know what? That's not the best we can do. And I know that a lot of people, they want to do that because it's like, oh, well, if people run into the answer to their question before they get to our customer service people, we don't have to worry about it. I get it. I get the inclination, but it's not good enough. 2020, baby, it ain't good enough. 2020 has sharpened our vision toward who we need to be as website owners, who we need to be as service providers and customer service providers. And that is not, here, take a look at a pile of stuff, sift through it and see if some of that answers you. Goodbye, I have better work to do. No, I don't think so. The best thing that I have seen is when people actually take the time and program in some intents on artificial intelligence. They take those 10, 12 frequently asked questions and they put them in there. Now, my team does this for people all the time. It's something that people ask a question in many, many different ways. You want to catch all of the ways that they might ask that question. And you want to program that as an intent into your artificial intelligence. Not all bots have this. Landbot sort of has artificial intelligence. The TrueChat has artificial intelligence. And there's also another company that I've mentioned before. Right now, of course, their name is slipping my mind, but they have the best artificial intelligence out there. What happens here is that people ask a question, the artificial intelligence says, okay, which intent do they have? Are they intending to find out our open hours? Are they intending to find out about a product? Are they intending to find out when the event starts and ends? Then the computer either serves the right answer or serves something that says, hey, you know what? We don't have a ready answer for that one, but let me get a hold of somebody for you, and they're going to get back to you within 24 hours on business days. And then in the background, somebody gets emailed, and then there we are. At least they've been acknowledged. At least they haven't been pointed toward, here's a huge mound of stuff to sit through. That stuff is alienating. Your FAQ was not designed to have a back and forth conversation. Your knowledge base wasn't designed to have a back and forth conversation. All these people need is a quick answer to their exact question. They don't need or want to sift through a whole bunch of questions that might or might not answer that question. So let me catch up here. I've moved all my content, considered taking my site down. There you go. Yeah, well, that's a question for another day, isn't it, Teresa? Whether to leave your site up or not. I always point. I always just build. If I've got another thing happening, I'll build a bunch of things on another website and then just point the name over. And that's what I do. But that's again, that's another time. So, for frequently asked questions for those things that people need to know. And maybe you need to, if you have an event going on in the next 2 weeks, maybe you need to add that set of questions into your AI just for that couple weeks. And then take those back out again. The cool thing is you can rotate in groups of questions as you need them, as things get closer. Like if you have a summit once a year, you're not going to want answers to those summit questions in the mix with everything else. It's just confusing, and the computer might bring back a wrong answer, which computers sometimes do that. You know, they're not 100% infallible, as most of you know. But here's the thing: you can provide an excellent engagement experience. You can provide a back and forth conversation where you get what they need. Sometimes you'll need to ask for clarification. Sometimes, you know, like when people say bark, do they mean tree or do they mean dog? So, you know, some words have several meanings. It's, you know, the word content. Well, it could mean happy, or it could mean content, like you'd put out every day in a video. So there are different semantic things in there, and there's a lot to know. There is, which is mainly why people say, RJ, just do it for me. But if you want to, you absolutely can learn it, and you can have the question, the computer, the AI, ask follow-up questions for clarity if need be. It's so much easier than just sift through this information, see if you can find something, and then waste a half an hour on, nope, the answer is you can't give discounts on this particular item. Really? I did this last night. I'm building a membership, y'all. You knew that. A little community, a paid community. It ain't going to be much, let me tell you that. But it's a paid community. Or the price isn't going to be much. The community is going to be awesome. And I did that last night. I was on the platform that I've chosen for that. I needed to know about how to do a certain thing, and boom, it points me to articles and knowledge bases. And I sifted through all of that to find a very simple answer. And it kind of ticked me off, as it always does, because as a business owner, your most precious asset is your time. Where are you spending your time? Money generating activities? I hope so. You know. And for me, sorting through all of this information just to get a simple answer that I just really wish that, boom, it would have come up in the first place. It's difficult for people. So to clarify just a little bit, and let me see. Here we go.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
In summation, when you are considering your user experience on your website, think about adding a bot. Think about adding a bot with artificial intelligence that will lead people to the answer that they need as quickly as possible, without reading a whole bunch of marketing language, a whole bunch of things that they don't need. Get them to an answer as quickly as possible. It's going to build trust and confidence. Putting a whole bunch of here's the entire knowledge base. Go ahead, search for it. Putting that in the way, it's just like somebody asking for your help and you handing them a book and walking off. It's like, why didn't you actually help me when you had the opportunity? Bots with AI capabilities have this. They do. Bots without AI capabilities, like so far, ManyChat doesn't have any AI capabilities. Landbot has a few. TrueChat has the capabilities that I use most often. Answer that question directly. If you can answer it in under 2 minutes, if you can get that answer to them very, very quickly, then you start to establish know, like, and trust. If you don't, you've lost another one. you've lost another one. So don't lose people. That's my thing today. Coming out later this week, I do have my membership, my community coming out, the engagement rocket ship. I'm so very excited about this thing. I have been making this thing all week long. There will be an early bird deal. There are a limited amount of seats available at the early bird deal. So I'll be issuing that a little bit later on this week, Thursday or Friday, obviously, or we'll just grand opening it next Monday. But I'm really, really excited because putting it on a different platform allows me to do so much more than I would if I were just building another community on Facebook. And really, does Facebook need another community? I don't think so. So if you happen to be watching me in the Black Belt Bots community, know that I'm not closing that thing down, at least at this point. But it, I want something that thrives. I want something where people are engaged and interested in giving me feedback. And that's what I have to have because I'm all about engagement marketing. And that's what I need, my friends. I need an engaging place where people are testing things and asking questions and running things by everybody. And that's what I know. Oh, awesome name. Oh, thank you very much. Looking into adding a bot. Well, darling, you should. All right, my friends, that's about it for today. A little bit of a short show, but I wanted to give y'all some love today. Tell you I'm thinking about you. Tell you that I'm crafting something that I think it's going to light your fire for engagement marketing. And here's the cool thing. If it doesn't, I can switch it around. I can make things happen. I am the magician behind the scenes. I can make things happen that I was not ever able to make happen within Facebook and within a lot of stuff out there. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there with me. Thank you for being there, and take care of each other out there, please. Of course, I will see you in a bot.